Hey everyone, welcome to the Wrestling Experience.
The TLC 2020 Predictions Edition.
Oh man, honestly, I'm excited about this card because there's only 6 matches so far. They might surprise us with a couple more, maybe a little pre-show match here and there.
There
Uh,
has to be a pre-show match, right?
yeah, exactly. But it's really shaping up to be a really good card. And the predictions, however, I feel like it's kind of obvious. I feel like there's not that many surprise choices. But I'm curious to kind of find out who you think is gonna win these. I'm Jazz.
And I'm Johnny, and I'm also curious to find out what you think
Thank you.
is going to happen.
Thank you. So let's start with the first match. We have the New Day versus the Hurt Business. Who do you think is going to win this?
I think New Day is going to win, but I want the Hurt Business to win. But I'm if I had to, I guess if I had to choose one for the prediction, it's New Day.
For
You?
real? Yeah, I mean, I think that it's kind of weird because they have been feuding for so long, and if the New Day wins again, like, what does the Hurt Business have to kind of be like, oh yeah, we still have a claim on those titles? You know what I mean? So it is a little
Nothing.
tough. It is a little
They
tough.
would. There would be new contenders, I imagine.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah,
who else are there like on Raw? Do you know what I mean? And if I look at, let's say, for example, if I look at Cedric and everything that he's been doing, could Cedric be, I guess, the reason why they lose? I think I have the New Day as well going, but
that's the thing. Whatever's going on with Cedric is going to be the thing that leads to them winning the titles or losing them. And that's
yeah,
not a prediction because that just doesn't say anything. But I feel like that's what the story is heading to.
yeah, no,
And yeah,
it does make sense. So we're gonna move on to our second match of the night. We have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus Asuka versus, we don't know, mystery partner. So we'll make a
Kyrie Sane.
prediction, and we'll also, I guess, guess who the mystery partner is going to be. So you think it's going to be Kyrie Sane?
No, no, no.
Okay. Well, I think that it's gonna depend on who the partner is. Cause
That's the thing. Yeah,
if the partner is, like, let's say, Mandy Rose or Dana Brooke, I think that Nia and Shayna are going to retain. If for whatever reason Lana comes out in a cast and she's crying or whatever, and then she takes off her cast and she's like, "It was me all along," and all that kind of stuff, I think that the storyline warrants Asuka and Lana winning this. But there's also rumors that Charlotte could be returning, and
well, I mean that pretty much. That's if that's what happens, then you already know that they're going to win the titles. Um,
yeah. So,
it would.
but we still have to guess.
I don't want to see that. But here's the thing: it's such a. If that happens, I will be. I'm not sure if I will be upset or happy because I want to see Asuka be two belts,
Yeah.
and I don't want to see Charlotte win a tag title on her first night back because that. But that's so Charlotte. So,
Yeah, exactly.
like you said, it does depend on on who the partner is.
Hmm.
But I guess if I had to, not knowing who the partner was, I don't feel like the titles will change hands tonight.
Okay, well, I have Asuka and her mystery partner going over.
Perfect. So the titles will change hands. That's the easiest way to say the prediction. So there's something different.
But that's because I'm expecting something big. You know what I mean? Like, because if it is, like I said, if it is Dana Brooke or Mandy Rose, but why would it be
There's
them? Because
no
Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose are partners.
there's no way it's gonna be one of them two. I
Yeah.
think that was like a red herring type of thing. Let's have them in the last go home segment to make you think that one of them will be the partner. There's no. It makes doesn't. I mean, it's like they set it up to be like their backup plan in case they have nothing better.
Hmm.
At least they had something that they teased that makes sense. But it's almost like they teased it to say, "Like, oh, we got something to swerve you, something more exciting." So
Yeah.
I can't imagine one of them would be the partners.
Okay, so
It could be Io Shirai too, or something like that.
I was thinking about that. But she is the NXT champion, and
And that's why she would come back, and it would be a cool match, but they wouldn't win, and Shania would retain because let's
Okay,
not forget how great Shania is.
that's fair. That's fair. I might eat my words then. I think you have convinced me that Shania is going to win this, but it's okay. It's good
No,
that
no.
we have different choices. Uh, I think this one we'll agree on. We have Sasha Banks versus Carmella. I think Sasha Banks is going to retain this, whether she wins cleanly or whether Carmella kind of hits a champagne bottle again and the ref sees her and gets disqualified, something like that. But I do think that Sasha Banks is going to win this.
Yeah, this is a big one for her to retain here. It wasn't enough to just retain against Bailey like 2 weeks later on SmackDown. She needs to successfully defend at a pay-per-view, and I think she will. And she did get beat down the last few weeks, so it's about time she gets her one up, her
Yeah,
payback.
exactly. Okay, so now we're going to go with The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton in a Firefly Inferno match. So I don't
Do we
know.
know what this is exactly? No,
Okay,
eh?
so here's the thing. Could it? Because I know that. Well, they did mention that it's at the Thunderdome. So could it just be like the screens are on fire, or like it's just like fire screens and they're just fighting, I guess, around that, or is it actually an Inferno match where the ring is on fire? But then again, like Randy Orton, this guy legit just wears like his trunks. Like he doesn't wear anything else. How is he
Well,
gonna
here's what's
get?
gonna happen. If it's what you say, if it's like a traditional Inferno match that we've seen with The Undertaker and Kane way back then, obviously Randy Orton's gonna win.
Yeah.
The Fiend's gonna get set on fire, but he's gonna like no sell it and just
Yes.
walk around like a flaming corpse, like Ghost Rider or something, and Randy Orton's gonna
Yeah.
disappear, run away or something.
So
But
that
Randy Orton will
was
win.
yeah. That basically just Control C, Control V for me because I do think that Randy Orton is going to come out on top, and but the lasting image is going to be the Fiend that's on fire, but he's no selling the fire. So this could have been a really good Inferno match. This could have been a really good cinematic match.
Maybe it is. You don't know. We don't know for sure, right?
Yeah, it's just because Bray Wyatt as a wrestler is not really like a compelling wrestler, and he's really good in the whole cinematic world. And Randy Orton, again, I think Randy Orton, like we've seen with the greatest wrestling match of all time against Edge, he can wrestle, but I don't think that this is going to be a barn burner. I think this is going to be like a very slow, sort of like a methodical match. But yes, I do have Randy Orton going over.
Yeah, I think Randy Orton's gonna win. He may not look like the winner, but I think he'll win the match in the books.
Okay, so now we have our two last matches. I think either one of them could be the main event, but I think one of them is truly the main event, so I'll kind of keep that for later. But we have Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Let's not forget that The Miz is somewhere looming around the corner. I need to know, who do you think is going to win this before I say something.
I'm actually surprised that I'm guessing you think Roman Reigns Kevin Owens is the
Yeah.
true main event. I feel the opposite. I feel like this is the true main
Okay.
event.
Okay, that's fine.
Although my prediction is just Drew McIntyre is gonna retain against AJ in an amazing match.
Okay.
I don't even know if Miz will get involved. I know, like maybe they might
Really?
just like ignore that. It's very possible that he does, but
Okay.
maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see Sheamus get involved. Maybe we'll see a bunch of stuff. Maybe Sheamus will turn. It's possible that Drew can lose here, but I'm gonna still give my pick to Drew. They didn't give him back the title for him to lose it again in 2 seconds.
Okay, so let me paint you a picture, okay?
Go for it.
Raw happened. Raw was a decent episode last week. A couple days later, the ratings come out, and you see that it's actually a record low, 1.5 million viewers, when a year ago it was about 3 million viewers. So that is a pretty big drop, significant drop, and Raw has been dropping for a while. I think the WWE overall has been dropping a while, and Vince McMahon freaks out and he wants to make changes. So the first thing that he does is that he thinks that the one thing is going to get people buzzing is Drew McIntyre losing that title. Do you think that's a valid thing? And it could be AJ Styles winning this, or it could be The Miz cashing in and winning it. But do you think that could be a valid thing? Because we know how Vince McMahon does things on a whim. And
Absolutely.
You could just think that it's Drew McIntyre the reason why the ratings are down.
Let's hope not. But yeah, absolutely. This is very possible. It's not impossible, and it's pretty likely too. So I'm guessing that's your prediction. You predict that Drew's gonna lose somehow.
I don't want to bet against Drew. I love Drew so much. I think that something big is gonna have to happen to this show. I think something is gonna have to happen at TLC to kind of get things buzzing and to get people to watch Raw. I think,
Charlotte's return.
yes and no, but I think that Drew McIntyre is going to win this, and The Miz is going to cash in.
And beat him. What really should happen is Drew McIntyre should win, Miz should cash in, and then Drew McIntyre should win again. Now
Yes,
that would be the best.
I know. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think that The Miz is going to unsuccessfully cash in, and Drew McIntyre is going to remain champion.
Okay, so we have the same prediction, but you think something big's going to happen. You see, I don't think they'll waste it like that. I think that because then who's gonna challenge Drew? He just beat AJ and he just chumped out the Miz. So I mean, I guess we got a new challenger coming in for Raw. I mean, it's totally possible.
Could
Like
be,
maybe Brock Lesnar returns. He's
Yeah.
ready to come back, but
It
don't
could
know
be.
if that's gonna be a thing.
It could be.
But or Charlotte just challenges him for the WWE title. Why not?
Who wouldn't love to see that?
I mean,
And you know
I'm-
that she's going to win that title.
of course.
Okay, so we're going to go with your main event. Actually, no,
You mean
my
your
main event. Sorry, my main event. I'm sorry.
We already talked about my main event.
We have Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman versus Kevin Owens, and this is also a TLC match. So it's great to see, I guess, the two main title matches as the TLC matches. And
At the name of the pay-per-view, yeah.
yeah, I have Roman Reigns winning this.
Yeah, they did a great job though with Kevin Owens this build up.
Yeah,
Like I could totally see him winning. I could totally see him losing and still like coming back as the challenger for WrestleMania and winning there. Like I could totally see it. I'd be super on board with it. But I don't think he's going to win. I think Roman Reigns is going to win here. With a little bit of help from Jay.
Yeah, I listen. If this was, if you were to just tell me that there's one match, okay, it's either Drew McIntyre retaining his title or Kevin Owens winning this, I will say I want Kevin Owens to win this. Like screw Drew McIntyre, he can lose the title, it's fine. But Kevin Owens, like like my heart really wants Kevin Owens to win this. Unfortunately, Roman Reigns is going to win this. If this was kind of going from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, I think that like there were some strong chances that Kevin Owens could have won this. And we've seen shades of, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin with Kevin Owens, where like he's kind of going against the authority, and in this case it's Roman Reigns, and he's kind of putting up a fight. He's getting battered down, beat down, and he's still, you know, kind of raising hell, and he's still getting up at the end. Then we saw that, and his line that he delivered, "I'm going to win that Universal title, or I'm going to die trying." I think that again, it has some weight to it. So unfortunately, though, I think that Roman Reigns has bigger opponents coming in his way, aka Goldberg. I really hope that that's not true, but I think that might happen.
Plus, you know that Kevin Owens will do something to make it look like he did die trying. Like the way he's going to lose is going to be quite clever and brutal. Like maybe he'll jump off a ladder and crash through some tables. You know, it'll look like he died trying.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. So that kind of leads me to ask you one final question, and is, do you think that this feud is going to continue?
I'm not sure. I think it could. I think Kevin Owens could lose, disappear for a bit, and come back with a vengeance. I think he could also just win tonight, even though that's not my prediction. So, like, I'm on board. This could be the feud going to WrestleMania. I don't think it is. Like, maybe we're going to see Jey Uso turn around and swerve his cousin. I don't know. Maybe we're going to see The Rock. Maybe we're going to see Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I could totally see this continuing. It's tough to say. It's tough to say. It really depends on the outcome. But then that's like not saying anything.
Yeah. So basically, that is TLC in a nutshell. It seems that we agree on most of it, but we do have Nia and Shayna and Asuka where we kind of disagree on. The New Day and the Hurt Business, man. I think that the Hurt Business can take it though. I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to take it.
Yeah, it's very possible that's the only title change tonight, and we're just hesitant because we don't think they'll go for it because they love the New Day. But
yeah, exactly. But hey,
I'd love to see it. They'll have all the titles, and then maybe McIntyre retains and Lashley goes after the Universal title. Like that's a thing. That could be a thing.
That could be a thing. Wait,
and it'd be pretty cool.
Lashley is the U.S. champion?
Yeah, so they can, if the Hurt Business wants all the gold, that would be what's wrong with that storyline?
Yeah, it's true. Oh my god, I completely forgot that Lashley was a champion. He
Okay, MVP goes for the universe. MVP goes for after Drew McIntyre instead. Let's go with that. That way they all have it.
That would be great. But that's it. That was our predictions for TLC. Were we completely wrong? Let us know. If we were wrong, just be like, you guys were completely, off the rails, and you disagree, and Charlotte is the greatest wrestler of all time, and all that. Then Charlotte is going to win all the belts. Who knows? But thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy our content, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the like button below. And we'll see you guys for our TLC recap later tonight.
So, but we could be wrong on many levels, right? We could be wrong in our predictions. We could be wrong in just making these outrageous predictions. Like, which is it? Do you want them to call us out on our predictions, or after the results are in, so they can call us out on being wrong,
just
or
call
both?
us out. Just just call us out and tell us that that we're just completely wrong. And Paul Heyman is going to somehow win the Roman Reigns
He only
title.
won the Royal Rumble last year, right? R-Truth was afraid of him, so you never know.